Honestly, this is probably the, I almost feel selfish at times because every person that gets out of the water has an incredible smile on their face. And it turns their life around. We've had people who've been very, very sedentary, and this paradigm shift occurs during their pool session, and now they're a scuba diver. We send them home with photos and videos that they could put on Facebook and prove to their friends that they're a scuba diver. Right now they can prove that everybody's cool with that. And to see their face and to see those changes and to see it so fast. I mean, one pool session, we've had people that it's completely changed their lives. Now they're taking on other challenges and doing other things because, you know what, I'm a scuba diver. I can do anything. And that probably for me is the real high, is to see that, get that immediate gratification in helping people, and then over the years watch them touch other lives, inspire other people.
You said that you do this is you're dedicated full time to this, but you're a full time volunteer. Tell me what your typical day is like.
Too many emails is part of my day usually, but we depends on what day it is. We'll do pool sessions. There's training. There's presenting to organizations, whether we're presenting to veterans organizations or Rotary or other service organizations to help support us. Meeting with rehab hospitals, meeting with veterans hospitals, so talking to doctors and therapists. We're working with Midwestern University and Rosalind Franklin here in the Chicagoland area with PTs and OTs, and occupational therapists and physical therapists, and they're very excited about this process. They're like, oh my God, why haven't we thought of this? And so we're going to start doing some measurements, and I don't know anything about research or rehab, but I do know what I've seen, and we've seen this change lives. And we have vets with traumatic brain injuries that say, you know what, this saved my life.
I mean, I guess you kind of touched on this a little bit, but how do you feel like, when did this start? But how long have you been doing this?
I started teaching people with disabilities full-time in '97.
Okay.
And then in 2001, we incorporated Diveheart as a 501c3.
Okay.
And we're 10 years old. It's our 10-year anniversary.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So in those 10 years or so with the other stuff as well, how has it changed you as a person?
What I thought this was going to be, it's turned out much bigger than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a confidence builder, like skiing. I thought it was going to build confidence, independence, and help people with self-esteem. And I'm good with that. I'm good doing that for the rest of my life. But when we started to see people get better, when we started having people tell us that this saved my life, that, oh my God, I can move in ways I never moved before. And we work around a lot of docs and therapists and hospitals and people with disabilities. So you start putting things together, and you start going, oh my God, this is a therapy. This is something that can change people's lives, and it can be done in every community. And that's what really is exciting me now, and it keeps me up at night, is thinking about ways to raise funds for this facility that we want to build. And have a 40-foot deep facility in the Chicagoland area where people with disabilities, or kids struggling with obesity issues, or kids from a poor neighborhood who would never learn to swim can get in the water all year long, warm, 85, 90-degree water, so they don't have to worry about thermal regulation issues if they have spinal cord injuries. Get them in the water and have them experience this therapy, and then start working with docs and therapists and researchers, and have them start to vet this. Have them start to see the results and measure the results, and then get published, and then get grants, and then because that's what's going to happen. And then we build one of these, and we'll build 1,000 of them all over the world. That's what I believe, and that's what's exciting me.
So going off of that, your vision for the future of Diveheart is?
One aspect is to build one facility and have that be a template for other facilities that can be built around the world, helping people with disabilities all over the world. We also are becoming a training agency, so we're raising the standards in adaptive scuba. We believe that it's not the individual person with a disability that has to be high speed, it's us. So when we train instructors and dive masters, and I've been fortunate, I've been able, through the grant here in Illinois, as guys get deployed around the country, I've been able to train Navy SEALs in Coronado, and Marines and Navy Corpsmen in Pendleton, soldiers in Fort McCoy and Fort Lewis, and in different parts of the country, and help spin off about 8 other nonprofit organizations. And So we'll continue to do that, facilitate programs around the world, have facility that's a template that can other people around the world can duplicate, okay? And when we start a program, we become like a free consulting service. I mean, people will call me and say, Jim, somebody just came into my shop and they're blind. What do I do? You know, I forgot. And so we're a free consulting service as well, and a referral service. People will come to Diveheart, they find us on the web, and they're in Toledo, and they go, hi, you know, my son just had a spinal cord injury. We want to get him to do something. He's really depressed, right? And there's a tremendous amount of depression and anger and drug abuse and suicide among people with disabilities. You know, you probably know more soldiers are coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan committing suicide than have died in both conflicts combined. And you know, I'm not telling you anything new, but a lot of people don't realize that. And when I discovered that, in Vietnam the same thing happened. More came back and committed suicide. To me, that has to be addressed